What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Just Cuz TV channel. This week is our Christmas week here, Dr. Wes. It's Masters Week, finally. I feel like we just had one, even though we did.
We did. It was fake, though.
It was a fake one. It was a November one. That one does not count. We are back to its usual April slot here, coming at you with DraftKings picks, odds, predictions, plays, fades, all that wonderful stuff coming at you here in this video. Dr. Westman, if you are ready, I don't want to waste any more time. If you're ready, let's hop into the course if you're ready to go.
Hey, hold on one second. I forgot to tell you. I want to do a special giveaway for the viewers. If they want to comment below who they think will win, if they get it correct, I will send them a mystery package of cards. Maybe some Pokemans. I know that this is a big Pokemon channel. If you tell me your favorite teams, I'll try to throw in some teams from basketball, football, baseball, something like that. If not, then I'll just send you some special stuff.
Okay, all they gotta do is pick the winner, Dr. Wes.
They have to pick the winner.
Pick the winner. All right, guys, down below, you heard it straight from Dr. Wes. Smash that like button. Smash it. Gently smash it. It is a like button. Don't abuse it. Leave your comment below. Who is going to win the Masters, guys? And you will get a swag bag from our very own Dr. Wes.
That's right.
Let's go. Thank you, Dr. Wes. Amazing giveaway here in this video. Let's kick things off here and take a look at the course, Augusta National. Everybody here has heard about this course, right? It's located in Augusta, Georgia. This field, though, Dr. Wes, only about 90 people, if you don't count Angel Cabrera, who is in a Brazilian prison. We were talking about that before the show. About 90 people. Very, very small field here for the Masters. It is a par 72. Monster length, though. 7,475 yards. It was extended another 20 yards this year with bent grass greens. They implemented it last year, though, Dr. West. They got rid of the within 10 strokes rule. It is top 50 and ties make the cut in the matches going forward. So a lot of people may make the cut. If you get 60 out of the 90, it's 2/3. On DraftKings, there's going to be so many 6 out of 6 lineups because it's going to be really easy to get 6 through with very, very soft pricing. You see the winning scores there recently, though. I don't think we're going to see another 20 under, though, Dr. Wes.
Yeah, I mean, the weird thing about the Masters is if you ever win it, you get a lifetime invitation. So there's like these guys that are 100 years old on jazzy scooters, like out there. You know, they're not going to make the cut, but they count as part of the 90. So really, there's probably 75 people that can compete to make that cut. So very high cut percentage.
Yep. 60 of those 75 then are going to make that cut. So you got to think 80% of the people that are in a viable player pool are going to make this cut here. So 6 out of 6 is not guaranteeing success for you this week when you play DraftKings. So keep that in mind. Ownership's going to play a huge factor here. We'll get to the chalk donkey here in just a little bit. Everyone knows who it is, though. But Dustin Johnson last year won this with 20 under in very soft November conditions. I think we're going to go back to this 11, 12, 13 under kind of victory here this week. I've heard the fairways and greens are fast, Dr. Wes.
I've heard the same. They haven't gotten a lot of rain in Augusta. It's supposed to get weird weather this week, I've heard. Maybe Friday, some winds kicking up, that sort of thing. But they have this sub-air system out at Augusta underneath the fairways and the greens, and they can pretty much dry it out as much as they want.
Yes, and that's going to play a factor this week. It's going to be quick. It's going to be hard to score. I have a feeling. I don't think we're going to see anywhere near 20 under again. But let's go ahead, Dr. West, kick things off here with our 10K range here. If you're new to DraftKings, it is salary-based. You pick a lineup of 6 players, and you must stay under that $50,000 threshold. So all 6 players, total salary must be under $50,000. So you can't just pick every player on this list for your DraftKings lineup. You gotta be picky here with who you're going with. And we kick things off here with Dustin Johnson, the November winner, at $11,500. John Rahm is up here too. Bryson, JT, you guys know all these names if you've seen or heard anything about golf recently. Dr. West, where are we going, though, in this range?
Yeah, I think there's no wrong answer here. All these guys are expensive for a reason. They're elite players. They all have pretty good course history here. So you can make an argument for any of them. I'm going to be just a complete dum-dum and take Bryson again, just like I do December as my play. I just want to see him just pound the hell out of the ball. It's not the nice thing about Augusta for him, at least, is that it's not that punitive if you get off the fairway. You know, we've seen Bubba and Phil and, you know, those guys hit out of the pine straw, and it's still doable. last year he had this like weird excuse that he was like his frontal lobe was firing too much or something, and it was making him dizzy. So, I think he's just nervous. He's putting a lot of pressure on himself to do well here. So there's a possibility he does terrible again, but I'm along for the ride.
Okay, Bryson. So, Dr. West, I will say here that we can no longer be friends. I'm very sorry.
Yeah. Listen, I don't like Bryson either. So
so we Dr. West and I, we try to play Draftkings weekly for golf and all that good stuff. Dr. West is fantastic at this, by the way, so you really should listen to him. Multiple $100 plus wins over the past couple of weeks here. I am between two guys here. So I'm between Jon Rahm and Justin Thomas. Justin Thomas finished 4th here last year. Jon Rahm finished 7th. DJ, for me, actually might be my fade. I'm going to kick things off here, and that might shock, especially you, Dr. West, because I'm a DJ homer, man.
Yeah.
I love me some DJ. I have for years. He's my guy here. He's too expensive, though. He's just way too expensive. He's not in great form right now. Multiple 40th or worse finishes in the past 2 starts here. Didn't play well at the match play. Didn't get out of the group. Too expensive here for soft pricing. You can drop down, save, $1,000 just by going to JT, and you can get out of the 6K range and play multiple guys in the 7K range then. So DJ, as much as it hurts my soul, honestly, is my fade. And it does hurt me to say that, but I'm coming back. JT is actually my guy this week. 4th in 2020, T12 in 2019. If he gets the putter rolling, this dude can easily clean house here. Playing very well recently here, just in general as well. JT and Rahm are my guys, but I'm going JT here, Dr. West. Who's actually going to be your fade then in this range if it's not going to be Bryson?
Yeah, I mean, I agree with JT. I think he was like 1B. It's Bryson 1A, JT 1B. I can't stand Jon Rahm, and we didn't mention that he has this maybe having a baby coming. And you said, even if he's winning the tournament, if he gets the call that his wife's giving birth, then he's going to leave. So there is that extra X factor. And so for some people that
So Dr. West, he actually had the baby on Sunday. He's good to go.
No,
yeah,
really?
Yeah, Jon Rahm is
I did
good
not
to
hear
go.
that.
Baby was born on Sunday. He's got baby swag, which is also why he's included in my plays here.
Oh, I did not.
Baby swag.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to stick to my guns. I'm going to stick with Rory as my fade. It's a dangerous play. It's a dangerous thing to do, but he has just not been the same since the restart after COVID. Without the crowds, he says he's not as pumped up, and he's never won the Masters before, even when he was at the peak of his powers. Now, I could eat my words and he could just turn it on and be Rory of old and just beat this field by 5 strokes, but I just don't see it.
He's coming off 142nd place at the Players, which is a miscut. For those of you that are not familiar with the scoring works here. He did get 5th here in November. T21 in 2019. This will complete his career Grand Slam. The last one he needs out of the 4 majors here. Rory is also on my fade list too, Dr. West. I prefer JT, but then also right below this 10K range, we'll get that here in a second. I prefer some plays down there above Rory as well. So he just doesn't really make the cut for me for this one.
All right, good. So he's going to win.
So he's going to win. Yep. No one's talking about the career Grand Slam this year. People are talking about how poorly he's been playing. So smash Rory in your DraftKings lineup. He will be the lowest owned out of the 10K range. I guarantee it. Lowest owned for sure. If you're trying to get different and maybe the Millionaire Maker, it's going to be Rory. That gets you there. Speaking of this 9K range, though, Dr. West, let's go ahead and switch things over here. It's led by Patrick Canelay at 9,800. Again, a lot of big names here. Typically, all these guys are in the 10K range in many other tournaments, but the soft pricing here at the Masters has guys like Colin Morikawa, 9,600. Brooks Koepka, 9,200. Fresh off knee surgery about 3 weeks ago. Tony Finau, 9,100. You guys see the list there. Webb rounding us out at 9,000 here. Who's your play in this range?
I never thought I'd say this, but I'm going to say Spieth.
Oh, no.
I know. Listen, I was on him before his Valero win. I've actually been planning on playing him in one and done for about 2 months now because I've just slowly seen his game come back. And it was last week at Valero, if you watched it. I mean, his irons are straight fire. He's just throwing darts out there. His major problem is he cannot drive the ball. He's like just spraying it all over the place. And like I said with Bryson, it's okay to spray the ball here a little bit. It's not that punitive, and he's won it before many times. This is one of his happy places. And so you get a guy that likes the course coming in with good form. I just can't ignore that. And so at that price, I'm going to lock him in.
Okay, yes, he got third here in 2018. He was T21 in 2019, and that was actually his worst finish other than last year, where, let's be honest, his form was bad in the end of last year. The guy couldn't make anything unless it was from 75 yards off the green, it felt like. He was chipping over 75 feet off the green. Jordan Spieth, again, I like the play too. He won the Farmers in January, fresh off his Valero win. 9th at the WGC, 22nd at the Players. The dude is making everything, it seems like. But last I saw, he's going to be 30% owned in the Millionaire Maker. That's a lot.
I'm hoping this is one of those scenarios where everybody says, hey, he's going to be 30% owned. Don't play him because everybody's playing him, and then nobody plays him.
And he ends up dropping to 15%, and then he's...
Yeah, it's like the double switch.
Yeah, double reverse. So, Dr. West here, I'm actually... he's as much again. I'm a Jordan Spieth guy. It's the potential ownership for me. In Millionaire Makers, I'm stepping away from him. The betting odds on Jordan Spieth, he's now second favorite to win the Masters. Everyone's betting Jordan Spieth. Very popular play here. That's my sole reason to fade him. He has great current form. He usually tears up Augusta. So if you're looking to not split the Millionaire Maker with maybe 5 other people, create your lineup without Jordan Spieth. That's my goal for this week. But other than that, I love the play. Fantastic price for a guy coming off a win and just in fantastic form.
See, that's where I disagree. I don't mind splitting it with 5 people. But, I mean, if he's going to win, you got to have him. And so you got to differentiate elsewhere. So for me, I've got some places where I'm going to go with some lower-owned guys. I'm going to leave money on the table so that my make sure my lineup isn't duplicated. And so I'm willing to eat the chalk.
That's a great call. Yep, got to differentiate elsewhere. So my play in this range, again, Dr. West, this may not seem very surprising to you. It's Patrick Canelay. T17 here in November, T9 in 2019. This guy's just been hot fire this year. If you take away the Players, it felt like every big name struggled at the Players this year. 15th at the Genesis, 3rd at Pebble Beach, 2nd at the American Express. The guy's knocking on the door, playing very, very well tee to green. So Patrick Canelay, again, pushing towards a victory at some point, it seems like. Why not for a first major win at Augusta? Patrick Canelay is going to be my play. I bet Patrick Canelay. I also bet Webb Simpson up here, and I also bet Patrick Reed. So this is going to be my range here for bets. So many big names here. Going with the soft pricing, I still got to go with Canelay, and a lot of my lineups are going to start off with JT and Canelay here.
Yeah, I mean, I hate to burst your bubble, but for me, the fade is Webb. He just doesn't play that well at long courses. His advantage is now it's putting. It never was, but putting, and he's usually a pretty good iron player. But I've just never seen him do that well. You probably have the numbers in front of you, but I've never seen him do that well at the Masters. And you're talking about all these people in front of him that are, top 20 golfers in the world. I know he's in the top 22, but I think if you look at the skill set of all these other people in front of him, I don't think he's there.
So Wes, would you be surprised if I were to tell you he had a T10 last year in the very soft conditions?
Yeah.
And then a T5 in 2019.
Wow. I am surprised by that.
Yeah. Something about this course fits Webb, despite he's not the longest guy off the tee, which you think would be an issue at a near 7,500-yard course. But he gets it done here. Very strangely. I agree. It doesn't make any sense. This course does not seem to fit his game at all. But
all these other guys, this is a unique range because almost every single person in this range has good course history. None of these players are not good. I guess Colin Morikawa, we have a small sample size, but this is like the course history range.
Yep, it is. So, again, we'll just go through it really quick. Patrick Reed, 10th here last year. Obviously won in 2018. The guy plays well here. Brooks, T7 last year. T2 2019. T11 2017. Big game Hunter Brooks is in this range. Finau is my guy, though. If I wasn't fading Jordan Spieth, it would be Finau, Dr. Wes. He had let's call it a miracle run. Was it 2018 or 2019?
He rolled his ankle.
He rolled his ankle in the par 3 contest. Came out, it was swollen, it was bruised. I don't know. You guys can look up pictures of that. The guy still played on it, and maybe it was just the adrenaline. Being at Augusta with one good leg, he's trying to pull a Tiger, maybe. I don't know. But last year, T38 and the soft conditions, which you think would benefit Tony Finau, it turns out it actually didn't. Actually, the worst finish here is Colin Morikawa last year, T44, but it was his first start. He was a debutant. We know how that goes here as well. So yeah, it's going to be Finau and Spieth for me. If you had to fade a second guy, Dr. West, other than Webb in this range, who would it be?
Morikawa, just for the reason that you said.
Yep.
I mean, that's probably dumb. He's an elite iron player, maybe the best iron player in the world. But all these other guys have experience and they've done well here historically. And I think that this is one of the 5 places on the tour that course history really matters.
For sure. If you haven't played on these greens, you're not going to putt well on them. So that will do it for us here in this range. Patrick Cantlay and Jordan Spieth are the plays, but then Spieth and Webb are the fades here. Going to get a little bit different there on Spieth. It's going to be interesting to see how well Spieth does. I'm very intrigued by Jordan Spieth this week, for sure. Dipping now down into the 8K range here. Again, these are now your next level tier of names, it feels like, but at a very more affordable cost. We're out of the 9K range, led by Tyrrell Hatton at 8,900, getting a lot of the Europeans here in this range, with Lee Westwood down here as well. Hideki, I love me some Hideki, usually 8,300 in this range. Cam Smith, 8,200. Matt Fitzpatrick, 81. And round us off with another Englishman and Tommy Fleetwood at 8,000. Where are you going, Dr. West?
I think me and the entire world are going to take Matthew Fitzpatrick. I just really like his game. He's actually sneaky long off the tee. People don't give him credit for that. But even if he's not the longest, he's a really good long iron player. He has a really good short game. He's a great putter. He's been playing great lately. And if the weather is really an issue, like they're thinking that it may be on Friday, I like his chances. So he's my choice. But I will say, as a 1B, he sent me an article like a week ago about all these like predictors that Sungjae is going to win. So that's been tingling in my brain a little bit. So he's kind of like my 1B.
Yep. Love me some Sungjae too. So yeah, that article, I can't remember who it was written by, or else I totally give them credit here. It went through different criteria, right? It was like players under 40, top 30 in the world, made the cut last year, top 25 the year before that, top 5 in a tournament this year, and a top 25 in the last month, or something like that. And Sungjae checked off every single one of those boxes, which is just crazy.
Yeah.
T2 here last year. Sungjae, we're talking about Sungjae here. He's not my personal play. He's on my playlist though. My top play from this range is actually my pick to win. And I hate to say this because I'm not a Daniel Berger guy, but Daniel Berger, my pick to win. Everything seems to be setting up here for him except the course history. He has not played here since 2018, where he got T32, but he has a T10 and a T27 as well. Good finishes here. Great just world form over the past year or so. The guy's hitting everything, it seems like, to within 6 feet, making putts, top 10s all over the place. 9th at the Players. The guy is just, it seems like his game is now set up here. Daniel Berger, not to spoil it here, actually my pick to win. And we'll talk about picks to win later on here. But in this range, I love me some Daniel Berger. Love me some Sungjae Im. Oh, my fade, though, is going to be, and this may be yours as well, Dr. West, it's going to be Tyrrell Hatton. Just the pricing here. I love me some Sungjae. I love me some Berger. I love me some Hideki. And I love me some Matthew Fitzpatrick as well here, Dr. West. But Tyrrell Hatton, the price range just doesn't do it for me. I like Webb at $100 more. I like Cantlay up there as well. Course form, not the greatest here for Tyrrell Hatton. He missed the cut here last year after a T56 in 2019 and a T44 in 2018. Missed cuts currently all over the world. Not in great form for me. Big fade on Tyrrell Hatton. Not even touched on betting or DraftKings wise.
Okay. I don't hate on Tyrrell that much, but I agree that of these guys, he's not where I would be going. My fade is going to be Tommy Fleetwood, who I just always pick on him at majors. I love kind of picking against him. He doesn't typically do that great in majors. I know there are outliers, but in general. And if he's sniffing the lead, he kind of just crumbles a la Tony Finau. And the bonus is that, 20% of the public love to play him. So you get some ownership baked in that I get to get away from. So I'm going to fade him forever until I see some sort of winning in a major.
It's a great call. And he's actually the reason why I owe you a round of golf.
That's too still from maybe 3 years ago.
Yeah, U.S. Open. I bet Tommy Fleetwood over. Again,
Justin Rose.
Justin. Yeah, how stupid am I? It's actually it might not be bad this year with Justin Rose with the hard
No,
back.
yeah,
But yeah, Tommy Fleetwood. I was super confident. Let's put it lightly. I think he shat the bed, and Justin Rose obviously did not because it was a U.S. Open. So I still owe Wes a round of golf. But yeah, any other fades? A big fade other than Tommy Fleetwood that you might have in this range?
I really am not feeling Hideki. I mean, everybody falls in this trap of like, oh my God, he is so good with his irons. He's so good off the tee. But like, even when he was really good, he hasn't been good for 2 years now in terms of like contending to win. And, even when he was really good and winning, he wasn't winning the Masters. So I just don't see it now. It's too expensive. There's too many guys that we'll talk about in the 7,000s that I would pick above him.
It's not the greatest form here in the world either. Valero 30th, the player 72nd, 18th at the API, but then 84th at the Genesis. Game is not there. Traditionally not a great putter either. And on these greens, you got to be able to make something and not lose 5 strokes on the greens.
Yep.
So Hideki, again, I love me some Hideki. Not here though. I'm a Hideki guy. My second fade though is a guy who I think is just insanely overpriced, and it's Lee Westwood. Typically this man is about $7,000 in this tournament, but 2 good tournaments where he got second back-to-back weeks have pushed this man up to $8,800. Yes, he also does have great course history here too, with a T38 last year, T18 in 2017, and a second in 2016. I just cannot pay $8,800 for Lee Westwood. I can't do it. Too rich for my blood.
It's a little steep.
It is. If he's maybe 7,800, I would think about it. 7,000, he's in my player pool. 8,800, give me Sung Jae at 86 all day and a bag of chips over that. Fading Lee Westwood and Tyrrell Hatton. So clearly we are not liking the Englishman in this range, Dr. West. Maybe except for Matthew Fitzpatrick, I guess. But
yeah,
that's okay though. Berger and Fitzpatrick are our plays. We're fading Tyrrell Hatton and Tommy Fleetwood. Fading Fleetwood here as well from my perspective. Now we get down to the part where we get the pricing a little bit more bunched together. This is where you can differentiate here a little bit. In this upper 7K range, leading off with Masters champion Sergio Garcia at 7,900. We got Bubba Watson, Masters champion in here too. Paul Casey, Adam Scott, he's a Masters champion. Jason Day, Louis in here. So many great names. The debutant Will Zalatoris rounds us out down here at the bottom with Harris English. Where are you going, Dr. West?
I think if you look at the DK pricing versus the odds, it'll point you to the guy that I think is the best, which is Paul Casey. I think you're getting real value for him. I don't think he's going to win, but getting a top 10, very much in the cards. He always does well at the Masters. I shouldn't say that. He missed the cut a couple of years ago when I played like 80% of my lineups with him. But I like him at the Masters. I like that he's been playing well recently. He got second at the PGA. He went overseas and won in like Saudi Arabia or something.
Dubai. He did, yeah.
Yeah, he's in form right now, and he's an old Brit that may surprise some people. Actually, I shouldn't say he's going to surprise people because he's probably going to be 30% owned.
He's going to be very chalky as well. Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm okay with that.
Yeah. So, Dr. West, take a guess. Since January, what is Paul Casey's worst finish?
11th.
12th. At the 12th at the Saudi. So 5th at the Players, 10th at the API, 5th at Pebble Beach, 12th at Saudi. He won Omega. The man's crushing it right now. So traditionally very good at Augusta. You mentioned 2019. I do remember that, Dr. West, and how tilted we both were when he missed the cut here. He did finish T38 here in November. So my play as well, I'm going to follow suit with you here, Dr. West, so we could both miss the cut together, is going to be Paul Casey. I like where his game is at. He's setting up here. I feel like I'm going to get a little bit different, maybe up at the top with maybe a JT Canelay build and still maybe get to Paul Casey. Differentiate elsewhere then as well. I love where Paul Casey's game is at here. When it comes to all these names listed here within this range, I cannot go Bubba. I don't know if he's going to want to play this week. You never know with Bubba. The odds show that he's 90-1, and right below him, Paul Casey's 35-1, if that means anything. So, big discrepancy here. Can't trust Jason Day. Back injury. You never know when the man might withdraw. I hate Adam Scott with his stupid long putter. I absolutely hate it. You got Louis, another withdrawal risk here. Apparently, he was having mega back issues last week. It's got to be Paul Casey in this range, Dr. West.
Yeah, I totally agree.
Can't do it. I just can't do it. Who's your fade in here?
Uh, I have a couple, but I think the main one is going to be Sergio. I just can't with this guy, like closing his eyes, putting. I mean, come on. I don't care if he actually goes out and wins this. I cannot put him in a lineup and watch him close his eyes and putt on the Masters greens. For my own sanity, I'm going to get rid of him, and it'll help me a lot.
Are we going to have the same upper lineup here? I'll be a little bit different here, though. I am also fading Sergio, but yeah, it's going to be Jason Day for me. Traditionally, his best weapon, the putter, has been dog doo-doo over the past couple of weeks. There was a report that I saw where he's literally not even hitting irons right now. He's on the greens only using his putter to get these greens figured out. Irons have been okay, actually, for Jason Day, but his bread and butter, his backbone, the putter, garbage. So if you have a bad putter here at Augusta, you're not going to do very well. And Jason Day, withdrawal risk. I'm not even going to put myself through that. I don't need the withdrawal sweat. You're also fading Sergio Garcia, and I'm fading Bubba. Again, the course fits Bubba really well. He's a lefty. He's won here twice, of course, in 2012 and 2014. But Bubba gives me the willies. I never play Bubba. I don't know when I should play Bubba. I don't know if I should play Bubba. Does Bubba want to play this week, or is he just here on vacation? Who knows, Dr. Wes. Facing Jason Day and Garcia. Give me your thoughts here on Neiman. He did not play here in November because of COVID. Let me see here. I know I have stats on Neiman. He missed his cut here in his only start in 2018. Is he going to be in your player pool?
He actually is, just because I don't know. I'm banking on the fact I like his upside. I think that he is better than the people around him in terms of pricing, and I just like him. So that's what I'm doing.
The reason why I asked, he's at 55-1, right? Which is better than Louis. It's better than Adam Scott. It's better than Bubba. Better than the Masters champions in this same range. The thing about Neiman is he is a fantastic bent grass putter. It's his best surface to putt on. Augusta is bent grass. So it's up his alley. I don't think he's going to be very high owned because I think people are actually going to go to Zalatoris, who's been playing hot fire, Dr. West. Hot fire. Zalatoris is a first timer here. He's a debutant.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm avoiding that.
Yeah, I think Zalatoris is a great player, but until you play on these greens, you just don't even know. And that's the thing here. I'm playing Neiman and Answer over Zalatoris in English for sure. Thoughts on Harris English, though? Is he in your player pool?
No, but I think he's sneaky good. He's one of those guys that, may be in the optimal lineup just because he's so cheap and he has top 10 upside.
He does. I will say his last Masters was in 2016. I'm an idiot and didn't write down where he finished within my notes here, so go me. Ever prepared. I am. Harris English not in my player pool, though, unfortunately. Did we touch on everybody? Oh, Louis. T23 here in 2020. T29 in 2019. The guy does seem to play well here. He's one of the few guys I had down here who checked off all my boxes, actually, were made cut last year, made cut 2019, top 25 last year. He's played in 12 Masters. Would you believe that, Dr. Wes?
I would believe that. He's old.
Yeah, he's 27th in the world, one of the highest ranking players down here. It just feels people aren't going to play Louis, and I actually have a green box next to him because he checked off every single Masters criteria I was looking for.
Wow.
Are you playing Louis this week?
I am not. I'm trying to avoid the real short hitters like him. I know that he does well here every year, but he's played here, you said 12 times, and I don't remember him ever really being in contention to win. So he hit a few into the water that one time in the creek, but he's had many opportunities, never done it. I don't see why this year's any different.
Touche. Well, Dr. West, speaking of the creek, that will take us to the range that has Francesco Molinari, who, if you remember, his soul died when he hit the pine cone. Was it on 13 2 years ago?
Yeah.
7,200 to 6,900, led by Justin Rose. Cheapest price I think I've ever seen him here at the Masters. Horschel, fresh off he won the match play. He did win the match play. Matthew Wolff is in here. Corey Connors is in here. He's going to be chalk. Victor Perez is going to be in here too, the Frenchman. Rounding off with Kokrak and Mark Leishman. Again, the mouth does not work anymore today. Where are we going, Dr. West? Save me.
I'm a glutton for punishment, so I'm going to go with Mark Leishman. I know. I mean, he seemingly always does well at the Masters. I don't know. I just have this feeling about him. Like if I don't play him, he's going to do well. And I get him wrong a lot, but this year there's been too many Masters where he's been a pretty cheap guy and you'll get in the top 10 or top 15. So I'm just going to bite the bullet and do it this year.
Leishman is your play. Who are you fading then, Dr. West? And then we'll get to mine.
I'm fading the majority of this range. I'm fading Justin Rose. I'm fading Shane Lowry. I'm fading Max Homa, which everybody in the world is playing. So let me put Max Homa because I know you're high on him. I just don't see it. People love him because he's like a Twitter sensation and like I understand that he's won at Quail Hollow, which some say is a comp course, but I just don't see Max Homa Masters champion. I don't see him in contention. I could be wrong, but I just don't see it.
It doesn't sound right, does it? Max Homa as a Masters champion.
No, he's just not there.
Spoiling the lead, I did bet Max Homa at 90-1. Very, very small bet. I'm not an idiot. Very, very small bet. My play in this range, again, the man's just been playing out of his mind here. I'm going with a lot of form when it's not Spieth. That's my one get out from here. T10 in 2020 here at the Masters, T46 in 2019. Multiple top 10s over the past couple of months here as well. Corey Connors, when he can putt, the man can contend. Unfortunately, you don't know when he's going to be able to putt. Just the form coming in here is what I'm looking at with the T10 here in November. If he can putt, I just said, if he can putt, he will contend. And that is the issue here with Corey Connors, is you just don't know. Can't get away from him here. My big fade, though, Dr. West should not come as a surprise, is Francesco Molinari. What's there to say here? He has demons here at Augusta, I feel like. That pine cone, if he didn't find it and burn it, it's still out there haunting him somewhere. That he fell apart in 2019 when Tiger won. He actually missed the cut here last year. Not great world form either, coming in, or current form, however you want to look at it. I will not play Molinari. I just can't do it. I will not play Matthew Wolff either, who missed the cut in his only start here last year. So he doesn't quite have the amount of rounds I'm looking for when it comes to Matthew Wolff. And I just don't play Billy Horschel. I don't know what it is. He's a Florida guy. I think he played golf in Florida. Mm-hmm. I'm a UK guy. If you've seen other videos, I can't root for Billy Horschel. I play him, he misses the cut. I don't play him, he gets top 10s. So bet Billy Horschel top 10 because I'm not playing him this week.
He's in my player pool. He always makes me money. So
there you go. Follow Dr. West to the promised land on Billy Horschel. Guaranteed to make the cut this year. His best finish, though, would you believe, is T38 here at the Masters.
I'm not completely surprised by that.
This
is a new Billy Horschel, though. It's like the jacked Billy Horschel, though.
It's a new Billy is in here. So are you playing Victor Perez, Dr. West?
That's a big no for me.
It is. Not even on the current form that he's in here. Let me pull this up here really quick. I know he's had a couple of good finishes here recently. Let me pull them up. 9th at the Players, 4th at the Saudi, API 68th. We can work around that, I guess, and a really good showing at the match play. No to Victor Perez.
See, the problem is you don't get to see him very often because he's not here in the United States very often. And my one memory I have of him is he played in WGC Mexico before COVID. It was in Mexico, and he went like out of the sand, flew the green to the other sand, then hit it out of the other sand back to the original sand he was into. So ever since I saw that, I was just like, I'm just not a Victor Perez.
Touche. That's fair enough. Last one we'll touch on here, the Open champion Shane Lowry in your player pool.
No, I mean, I think he is a sneaky play. He is a good price for a guy that's an Open champion who, if the weather conditions get bad, he could be dangerous. So I'm not on him, but I would not be surprised if he surprises some people.
Fair enough. I'm fading him as well. He finished T25 here in November, but the last 2 times this course was played in April, he missed the cut. Easy fade for me. Let's go ahead and move quickly to the 6K range. We're going to touch on 3 of the main ranges here. Upper 6K, led off by Brian Harmon. Some big names here as well. Not going to go through the list. You guys can see it here. Dr. West, who's your play out of this range?
You know, I hate myself for saying it, but I'm choosing Brian Harmon. I just cannot stand this guy. For some reason, they insist on showing him on TV all the time, and he's like spending 20 minutes to line up a putt. And if you've ever seen his putter, it's hilariously large. It's like the size of a laptop. I cannot stand him, but he has been so good recently. And it would just be so fitting for like the guy that annoys me the most to be dinking around with his giant putter on Sunday in one of the final groups.
This is going to kill you, Dr. West. He's my only play I have in my player pool from this course. So he's by default my play. I ain't touching anybody else down here. I'm going to do my best to stay out of the 6K range in general. So Brian Harmon here, a third at the Players, played well at match play, got out of the groups, I think, lost in the round of 16, I do believe. Or yeah, right. Quarterfinals. Lost to Kuchar in the quarterfinals, actually. Playing really well. I believe he's a lefty, right?
He is a lefty.
Lefties play well here. So, going with Brian Harmon. Who's your big fade, though, Dr. West, out of here?
My fade is Kevin Kisner. He just never does well here, and he is not in form. He has not looked the same recently. He's made some comments about how he shows up to events because it still pays well to get a top 20 sometimes. So, he's not for me.
Yep. Did we have the same notes here? Literally my same fade here as well is going to be Kevin Kisner. Not touching this man. Doesn't hit the ball long enough for me. Missed the cut here in 2020. I think he knows that this course is not fit for him. Not the longest hitter in the world. So good luck, Kevin. You know, we're going to stay in the same range here, I think, Dr. West. Thoughts on Phil really quick. Good current form coming in. Former Masters champion.
Yeah, I like Phil. I like the new generation of Phil, I should say. Like, wearing the aviators and not giving a crap about anything. And I'm rooting for him. I'm not going to have him in my player pool, but God bless.
Yep, let's hit bombs. Not in my player pool as well. I'm a Phil guy, though. I love me some Phil. He's very entertaining to me. Not playing anybody else here in this range. We'll skip quickly through this range. Not much else here to talk about, I don't believe. Middle 6K. Again, we're starting to get down to the bottom of the barrel here. Not quite literally yet, but now we got Cameron Champ, the big hitter here at 6,600. Ryan Palmer's in here, going to be chalk. Kevin Na, big name in here. Where are you going here, Dr. West?
You know, if I told you that there's a player who is big, left-handed, may spray the ball into the stands and miss the cut by 10 strokes, but he may also win the event, you may be thinking of Bubba, but I'm thinking of Bobby McIntyre as his debutant. He's a debutant, I know, but I just see a little Bubba in him, and I think that, you know, for the money, I'm going to take the upside. He actually is a pretty good player, so that's where I'm going.
Scottish Bobby Mack here. I'm going to go chalk down here. I feel like the only player that's worth down here playing for me personally, then again, is I may dabble with some Lanto. I'm a Lanto guy. Is going to be Ryan Palmer. He's got really great form coming in here. 17th at Valero, 17th at the Players, 2nd at the Farmers. Only man down here in the top 30 in the world. He's actually 26th in the world, so this pricing makes no sense whatsoever for Ryan Palmer. Give me world ranking. Give me hot form coming in. Over a guy who he has not played here since 2015, but then again, he hasn't really played that well enough to get here recently. But yeah, give me Ryan Palmer. Who's your fade then, Dr. West, down here?
My fade is 100% Cameron Champ. Yes, he can bomb the hell out of the ball, but he's not really good at anything else. He hasn't shown life at all recently, so I have zero interest in him.
That's a really good call. Quickly getting through this then, I'm going with the first timer that's not Bobby Back. I'm going to go with Carlos Ortiz. Never really play him in Draftkings anyway. I know he has some good finishes, but first timer Carlos Ortiz then. I can't play him when Ryan Palmer is the same price. I may give another look at Bobby Mack, but I probably won't play him. I'd rather go to Lanto personally, even though he missed the cut here last year. But we're going Palmer and Bobby Mack down here. Anybody else that you would play down here in this range then, Dr. West?
I would not be. I like Palmer. He would have been my second choice, but I would not be afraid to dabble in a little Matt Wallace.
Matt Wallace coming off what was just Matt? Did he get second here at Valero, I believe?
Yeah, he was up there. He was in the final group.
Third at Valero. I think Charlie Hoffman got second. Matt Wallace got third. Good form coming in, and it's shown by the current odds. He has clearly by far the best odds out of anybody in this group. 6,400 might be worth a look there. I totally agree. Matt Wallace is actually in my player pool. Have him written down over here. Not going anywhere else though, Dr. West, in this range, are you?
Nope.
All right, we are now to the scrubbies of scrubs. We're not going to touch at the 6K people. Don't play those guys, people. Come on, they're 6K for a reason. They're not going to win. We got Matt Jones in here, 6,300, as Pat Mayer likes to call him. Party Barty's in here, too. I know you're a big Party Barty guy. Dr. West, where are you going down here at the near bottom of the barrel, if anywhere?
I mean, I'm not going to touch any of these guys in my actual lineups just because I'm not going to construct them in a way that I'm going to depend on one of these people. I mean, it could work out for you because, like we talked about at the beginning, the high cut rate. But I'm going to go with Stenson. He has not been great the last year, but he shows flashes. He has done well here in the past. And of all these jabronis in this list, I think that he probably has the highest upside.
Yeah, Henrik Stenson. Imagine putting Tyler Strafacci at the same price as Henrik Stenson.
Right,
What?
right.
Yeah. If you're getting this low, I don't recommend this. I'm not playing anybody down here. No one in this group is in my player pool. But if you do need it, I am with Dr. West. I clicked the name and it clearly didn't work. Henrik Stenson's also my play. I'm fading everybody else down here. This range sucks. If you come down this far, there's things wrong with all these people. Zach Johnson can't hit the ball very far. Brendan Todd can't hit the ball very far. Tyler Strafacci, amateur, probably not going to play very well. Matt Jones is up here too. So, yeah, Dr. West, I don't recommend playing anybody down here.
Agreed.
That will take us right into fill and a fade. Don't play anybody down there, people. Here is the summary. If you guys want to screenshot this, here's who we are playing in our player pools. This is going to be where the majority of our lineup construction comes from. I did bet Berger at 33-1. I bet Webb at 33-1. I bet Sungjae 33-1, and I bet Patrick Reed at 33-1. I placed a very, very small bet on Max Homa, and I also bet JT to win here as well, with JT and Berger being my big two plays this week. Dabble in some Canelay. Final thoughts, Dr. Wes, on the Masters?
No, I'm just excited, man. It's the true sign that spring is here.
It is. It's Masters time. Real Masters is back, kicking COVID's ass as we get out of here. That will do it for our video this week, guys. It's Masters week. Thank you all for hanging out with us, going through DraftKings odds and predictions. Don't forget, Dr. West has a giveaway. Like this video, smash it, guys. Let's go. Smash the like on this video. Leave your pick down below in the comments. Give us your winner for the Masters, and you will win a mystery Dr. West swag bag.
That's right. I will. I'll swag you up and leave your favorite team if you think you're really going to win, and I'll try to get you some cards from that.
Let's do it, guys. On your way out, please consider hitting that subscribe button as well. Giving away a big Pokemon opening coming up here as well this weekend. Go check out Monday's video. Plenty of more stuff this week. We got WrestleMania with Cousin Steve coming up here on Thursday too. It is Christmas week, guys. That will do it for this video, and we hope to see you guys in the next one.
See you later.